They said I did too, right? Yep.
But some people even like they'll take a picture of this setup because the setup tends to help people
Yep.
remember.
You've got to get really close. Yeah, I need you on top of
Take
this.
this.
So anytime you're doing anything, hooking anything into his line, you're gonna want to sanitize first.
Yep.
So that's gonna be your process. I like getting everything all set up so that way when you're, like if it's here, you know it's all set to be used.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have you do one after you watch me do one.
Okay.
So these are finicky to open. You can
Yep.
either rip them
Yep.
or that's how I do them. You said you were using this for garbage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you just unscrew the
Yep.
cap, these are pressurized.
Yep.
So if you forget to pull back, it's okay. But if you don't, it's gonna just squirt saline out. So if you pull back a little bit and then push forward gently.
Nice. So this one doesn't have the crack in it.
I'm sorry?
So the lady in the hospital was doing, she's like, you got to break the seal on the syringe part. She kept making me do that. That was
There is, but all you gotta do is just pull down a little bit. It releases the pressure. Then
Right. So you can, like, some people, like, especially in the hospital, like, when I work in the hospital, I always do it. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes, like, whatever, you'll get used to whatever it is that you
Yeah.
do. And then I recap it, and then I know if it's out of the plastic, I've already removed the air bubble,
Got
and it's
it.
good to go.
got it.
So why don't you do that one?
You got it. Thank you. So pull
Pull
back.
down.
Yep, so you can pull back. Some people twist on it a little bit, and then
There you
maybe
go.
just gently, like, you'll feel it. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be,
Exactly. Yep. There you
Okay.
go.
So as far as, did you get to practice priming?
Yes.
Okay. So these have a tear line. I pointed out because you'll really struggle if you don't find the tear line on these. They don't open easily.
That's a good thing.
When you open these, the line is never pre-clamped.
Right.
And this is also always on open.
Yep.
So I can teach it one of two ways. Some people are really quick with this and they like to spike the bag, or clamp the line, spike the bag, and just prime it all the way through on open and then adjust the rate so that
Yep.
they're not waiting for forever.
Right.
If you're afraid that you're gonna then forget to adjust the rate to the ordered rate, then just as soon as you
Adjust it.
open it, adjust it to the ordered rate, clamp the line, then prime it, and you don't have to worry about touching it again after that.
Okay.
But then it'll go fast as you're priming, and then it'll go really, really slow at the
Gotcha.
ordered rate to
Yeah.
prime the rest of the tubing. There's not really a wrong way to do it. As long as you you're making sure that this is at the ordered rate before
Got it.
you hook him up to it.
Yep.
What's under the white cap is sterile, and what's under the blue cap is sterile.
Right.
So they shouldn't touch anything except for each other.
Got it.
Some people, like, you may reach a point where you're able to hold things all in between your fingers and you don't want to use the pole. That's fine. If it's too much for you to juggle in your hands, you can just put this right on the pole, and then you're just pulling down on the blue,
Got it.
pulling off the white. You can also use your friends. So, because you're going to reach a point where you're going to be like cleaning something, and then you're going to realize this is clean and I can't set the end cap down because then it's going to not be clean, and I still have to unscrew this and I need two hands. You can absolutely uncap something and have somebody else hold it down here, and as long as they're not touching
The top.
the sterile part, that's totally fine to do.
Okay.
So I'm going to give this to you.
Okay.
What's the first thing that you're going to do? Because we just took that out of the package and everything's open.
I'm gonna straighten it according to the lady in the hospital. And then I'm gonna clamp it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is much harder to do here than
That's clamped.
Okay.
You may not always hear it,
Yeah.
especially if you don't press on it right in the
Okay.
center. Do you
Okay.
want to prime it with the open line?
Yes,
Okay.
because it'll go faster. So,
So now you're going to you're
Do
going to
this
pull
one?
down on the blue, and you can hold like right here.
I can.
You can put your other finger right there. Yep.
Can I put this down?
And that's garbage. Yep.
That's garbage. Okay.
Yep. And you can go ahead and hold there, and you're just gonna twist. You can twist. Just try not to touch that white part. Perfect. You're good.
How far
You're
down
good.
does it go?
There's a little lip, and you're right there, so that's
Oh,
good.
Gotcha.
You're perfect.
Got it.
So now you're gonna squeeze your chamber until the chamber fills up about halfway.
Right up to that line.
There's not always a line on this
Oh, really?
tubing. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But that's right about it.
Yep.
So now you can go ahead and open your clamp, and it's gonna. Oh, you don't have to open that yet. I mean, you
Okay.
can if you want. But then as soon as you take that blue end cap off,
Yep,
it
it's
can't
gonna
touch
run.
anything.
Yep.
So go ahead.
It's open, right?
So you can see it.
Yep.
And I would have my hand on this, because you're going to have to clamp it now. As you can see it.
Yep, I saw it. Yep.
Okay.
I did.
Perfect. So you'll get really, and if that's way too fast for you, even if you don't want to have it at the ordered rate, you
Yep.
can kind of, you can
Reduce
slow
to
it down a
something.
little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So now you're clamped here.
Yep.
And now you have to remember
that.
to adjust that. If you don't want to hold on to that, you can have him hold it, or you can even
Okay.
just take this and loop it around.
Gotcha.
Because you still have the end cap on.
Got
Nothing's
it.
gonna happen
Yep.
to that. But you do want to make sure you adjust that rate.
Okay, so adjust it to
240.
Yep, perfect. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna flush his line. Are you gonna always be administering, or are you going to? Is he ever going to be doing this?
No,
no.
he's not.
Okay, so we don't need to add the extension tubing. The extension tubing is very long,
right.
but regardless, if he likes to wear long sleeve shirts and he's always cold, I usually recommend taking like a tube sock, cutting the toe off, and then you can kind of like
Oh, shimmy it up.
shimmy it up, and it just protects the dressing and it protects the line from getting
it.
caught on things.
Okay.
You're gonna want to have your alcohol wipe
Oh,
ready.
yes.
And when you clean, you're gonna hold on to here, and you're gonna clean for 15 seconds. And when you're cleaning, yep. Here, let me show you.
Okay.
So if you when you're cleaning, if you can open it if you want.
Yep.
You put it right in the center,
Oh, gotcha.
and you can kind of wrap it around like that,
It's easier.
and then you've kind of sandwiched it
Yeah.
in this back and forth
Got
motion
it.
like that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so then you're gonna go ahead and uncap and see like how you would have to let go of this.
Yep.
So if you, before you even clean, you can absolutely
Uncap
hand
it.
him the uncapped flush to hold on to.
Got it.
Push and turn to the right. Perfect.
Pump it.
Okay. That's perfect flushing, and you're just gonna stop before you're not gonna completely depress the plunger.
Right.
So if you can see, there is if you stop for a sec, there is like
A bubble.
You just don't push it in. That's
Got
not
it.
the end of the world, and you're gonna
just-
stop right around the 1. Like so, I would stop like that. That's more than enough.
Okay.
And whenever you unscrew, I like that you grab the end cap. You never want to unscrew by like holding down here.
Okay.
Because if you accidentally unscrew the end cap, if you ever find the line with just this purple thing flying, that's a problem.
Okay.
Okay. It's garbage. So you're gonna grab another alcohol wipe. You're gonna clean his line again, but this is what I'm saying. As soon as you clean, you're gonna run out of hands.
Yeah.
So what I like to do first is you can unscrew this end
Okay.
cap, just unscrews like that. That's garbage. And you can have him hold this if you want.
Yeah,
Have him hold it just like that and not touch the top.
Narusha. Okay.
And
just
then
clean
you
this.
can go ahead and clean that for 15 seconds. And now you're just free to grab that, and you don't have to worry about holding things in between your fingers.
Got it.
Perfect.
Okay, it's in.
It's in, and
then
now you
that's
just have
on 240. Then I just gotta release it.
correct.
Yeah.
And he's off.
And he's off. Okay.
And now you also